Is it possible to experience immediate realization of the truth of your inner being? Or another way to put this, is it easy to experience immediate realization of the self? And the answer is yes. And I know that many of us have been taught for a long time by teachings saying that in the practice of yoga that we have to meditate, we have to purify the mind, we have to do spiritual practice for long periods of time. There's certain ways to do the practice, to learn new techniques, but the answer is that the truth of who you are is always, always present. It is what you are, and so we're never not awake. It just seems that we're not awake to the truth of our being because our thoughts and our feelings and emotions, sensations in the body tend to distract us. But the truth of your being is always present, no matter where you are, and you can experience right here, right now. And bear with me, I'm out on the island today. It's a little chilly, chillier than normal for this time of the year, for the very end of November. But I love being out here in nature, and this is my home, my church. So we can experience right now. You can have this immediate experience without having to wait any longer. You don't have to change anything. You don't need to fix anything. You don't have to do any more inner work. None of that. You can have that experience right now. We're going to have it today in this video. At the end, I'm going to guide us through a place to really be able to abide in the truth of your being, of your true nature. Just remember that you are pure presence. This divine self is dwelling in you as you. But what happens is we're so conditioned by past programming, by these thought forms, these thought streams that we've had for so long, ever since we were probably a baby. So we've had trillions of the same thoughts, right? Day in and day out. And these thoughts and these feelings and these sensations in the bodies, especially if they're painful sensations, if any of you are dealing with pain or chronic pain, that can be really, really distracting. But just remember, these are the dark clouds that we often hear about, the clouds being the analogy of blocking the light of the sun. These are the clouds that come and go. They're just phenomena. They arise in our awareness, and if you don't bite the hook, you don't grab onto a thought or a feeling, then they dissipate in awareness. They're arising and they're dissipating. They're arising and they dissolve from where they came. The real practice here is to remain still. This is called effortless letting go. So I'm going to bring up a personal experience. For years and years and years, I meditated, and that meditation led to some deep, profound experiences. In fact, back in the early part of 2022, there was such deep surrendering during the meditation practice that the energy in the body, the energy field and consciousness, which affected the body, shot from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown chakra. We often hear this being referred to as Kundalini, right? The awareness had taken place, or the awakening, where there was no longer identification with the separate self, and then the energetic shift came about, right about the same time. So there's both an awakening that was happening on a deep level, and there was an awakening that was happening physiologically. When that physiological shift took place and there was a real awareness, an awakening from the separate self, that's the awakening. This doesn't awaken, right? The body, the mind, the personality, this doesn't awaken. This is the character. But as there's an awakening from the separate self, what happened was there was 5 months of just pure absolute bliss. And everywhere I went, no matter what was happening, this bliss just permeated everything, every moment, every second of the day. And there was this complete understanding of unification, of oneness with everything, not just all living things like these beautiful trees around me, and not just with people or animals, but with all the non-sentient beings as well. Everything was in my awareness as oneness. But after 5 months, what happened was the bliss stopped, because that was a temporary state of consciousness. It wasn't meant to last. And what I noticed then were old unresolved thought patterns and feelings and even old trauma from the past, even though I'd done years and years and years of inner work. I've been on this path a long time. But really it's the pathless path, which we'll get into. But what I found was old flashbacks would come up out of nowhere, and I kept thinking, where did the bliss go? Where did the bliss go? But what was happening was the emptying of the unconscious. This is a really important part of your awakening process. Yes, we can abide in the divine nature that we are, our true being right now, and yet it doesn't mean that old material from the unconscious, called prima materia in Latin, doesn't mean that's not going to still come up. It's going to come up because as you are awakening and you're remaining in that place of abiding in your true awareness, your pure being all the time, these old thought forms, these old patterns, these old energetic structures need to be, you hear that bird? That's loud. It needs to have your light of awareness shined upon it. As we shine the light of awareness on this shadowy material from the past, then everything begins to open. And with this practice of just really letting go, effortless letting go, of remaining still and allowing the thoughts and the feelings to come up and not resisting them. This is the art of no resistance. Allowing anything and everything in the field of awareness to arise that wants to arise, and practicing non-resistance really is the key that will support you in abiding in the truth of who you are for longer and longer periods of time. And then what you'll find are that there's this deep, profound longing and devotion towards having that all of the time, towards realizing your true self more and more of the time. And as that devotion grows, then it's like we're making space for your true being to shine through. Devotion and longing can be very, very powerful. But the point is, this is a pathless path. This is the journeyless journey. We're not really on a journey, although it appears that way. What we're really learning to do is to recognize it's right here, right now. It's about putting your focus beyond the thoughts and feelings and sensations of the body that arise, and knowing that the being is what you are, and so it can't be anywhere else. It's accessible right now. It's right here, right now. And this is hard to grok sometimes, because I hear people say, well, I had it. I was abiding in all that peace and happiness when I was at the retreat, or I was abiding in that loving divine presence while I was engaging in satsang. And then I left the retreats or satsang, and then it seemed to go away. It's this, coming and going phase that we seem to experience. This is all very natural. It's this kind of had it, lost it kind of phase. This is really okay that this is happening. And you will move beyond it. The seeking does stop. There will come a time where if you have been seeking for a while, as you really claim and experience the truth of who you are, you realize you don't have to seek anymore because it's right here. And so many of us have been seekers for a long, long time. 20, 30, 40 years, some of us. People that I know that have been on the path of wanting to really live in their true being. And you can have that right here, right now. But it really does take a willingness to remain still and to relax into the being and allow whatever needs to come up. See, what we want to do is these old thoughts, or somebody hurt us, or we hurt somebody, or we did something that we're ashamed of, or anger comes up over what's happening politically, or we don't like what's happening with our relationships, or the finances feel tight and we go into fear. All these feelings and states of mind are changing all of the time. They're coming and going like the clouds, like the birds that just flew over me as I'm sharing with you. They're coming and they're going. but there's a unified field of awareness that you're always experiencing. And in that unified field of the coming and going is something that never ever changes. It's staying perfectly still. This stillness is where we experience the truth of our being, and that can happen right now. In fact, what I'd like to do is just guide you through just a real short guidance here of just sitting in the stillness so you can truly experience your being. So no matter what's going on in your life, whether things are going really well today or not so well or in between, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's happening around you, and it really doesn't even matter what's happening with your thoughts or feelings. Those, again, are changing states. There's nothing here that you need to worry about or focus on. We're going to move, figuratively speaking, we're going to move beyond those thoughts and feelings. Any sensations in the body, we're moving beyond that to the stillness, to the space of grace. I like to refer it as to the space of grace where everything is absolutely perfect and always has been and always will be, because it's all happening right now. It's here right now. So just take a moment to get really comfortable. Just relax. Just relax. You may want to close your eyes, but just relax, and you're going to notice the sensations in your body moving through you. And you might be experiencing some physical discomfort. That's okay. It's all okay. It's just a part of what's arising in consciousness. Just let it come up. And your thoughts might be moving and you might be thinking about something. It's all okay. Just let whatever is coming up in the mind, let it come up. We're not here to grab onto anything. We're not here to push away from anything. We're here just to notice what's coming up. So let all of this coming up, let it come up naturally. Just notice it. Keep relaxing. Let yourself really effortlessly let go in this moment. Just let go. Trust, have patience here. We have faith in this moment that it's really safe to surrender and let go and just be. And just relax into that beingness. Just really move beyond the thoughts. You're moving beyond the feelings. You're moving past the bodily sensations with your attention. There's this space of grace. It's like this peaceful river that's just beautifully, beautifully present. It's beautifully still. It's calm. There's serenity. There's just your pure being. This divine being that resides in you as you is accessible, and it's here and it's now. Just feel into that. You don't have to do anything but just relax deeply into this shared being that we all are. You don't have to go anywhere. There's no need to do anything. You can give your mind a deep respite. Give your body a deep respite. No need to focus on anything. Just relax. Just trust and let go. Here we are. And there's this peace, this profound peace that begins to gently envelop you. It's holding you in its arms, allowing you to let go and to know that you are this divine being. You are this light and peace that's inside of you. And nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to be fixed. It's all here, right now. Stay with it. Just stay here. Relax into it. Let go. And just feel that grace as your being, as your true self. Stay here with it. Namaste.